Foundation for Security and Development in Africa, FOSDA, has engaged with stakeholders on monitoring the implementation of the second Ghana National Action Plan, GHANAP 2, on UNSCR 1325 Monitoring GHANAP 2 project. The project is being implemented by the Foundation for Security and Development in Africa, FOSDA, with the support of Plan International under the Women's Voice and Leadership Project, funded by Global Affairs. The project is designed to ensure that Ghana, through all key stakeholders, significantly implement the current action plan on UNSCR 1325 and achieve the target result to ultimately improve the participation of women in the peace and security. Empower Vision interact with Executive Director for FOSDA, Theodora Williams, Auntie, as she throw more light on the GHANAP 2 project.
GHANAP 1 was so poorly implemented. It was just as life as usual. They come together, we do a plan, and we dump it somewhere. And then it expires and we do a new one. But this time, as FOSDA and as a CSO, interested in women, peace and security, we decided that we will not let that happen again. And so we have taken on ourselves to monitor the implementation of this new, it's not so new, it's 3 years old, this new NAP, to make sure that it is implemented to the letter, to make sure that whatever we said we're going to do and achieve in that plan, we achieve it based on the 4 pillars of 1325. So far, we have interviewed about 5 security institutions: the National Peace Council, the Immigration, and the Ghana Police Service, the Ministry of Interior, and another one. And from our findings, a lot is being done, but we are not doing so well in the implementation. We are around 20% of implementation of the National Action Plan in 1325. And that tells us that there is a long way to go. The plan expires in 2025. And so if we don't leapfrog, if we don't make extra efforts to implement the plan, we are very likely to sing the same song we sang for the GHANAP 1. So far, the key challenges that we are hearing, as usual, is funding. We have seen also lack of coordination and things like that. But we have also seen that the Ministry of Finance has not been really engaged in this process of implementing Ghana's National Action Plan on 1325. And this might also go for all the gender and equality processes we are going through as a country.
This Monitoring GHANAP 2 project. This project is basically to assess how far we've come as a country in implementing the Ghana National Action Plan on the United Nations Security Council Resolution 1325. Our project is basically a monitoring project. We are trying to draw a picture of how far we've come. We are trying to draw a picture of how far we've come. And so this project is looking at the 4 main pillars of the action plan. We have pillar 1 that speaks about the participation of women, pillar 2 that speaks about protection and promotion of rights of women, we have pillar 3 that speaks about prevention against sexual gender-based violence, and pillar 4 that speaks about relief and recovery. And so in each pillar there are objectives that the action plan captures, and under each objectives there are activities that are supposed to be done. And so in our engagement with the institutions, so far we've only been able to engage 5 institutions. That is the Ministry of Gender, the Ministry of Interior, the National Peace Council, the Ghana Fire Service, the Ghana Irrigation Service. We've only been able to engage them so far because this is just the first phase of our project, and so we want to find out what they've done. And now it seems that in some of the objectives, we've been able to meet the objectives in a way. One thing that we need to know is that this thing is very subjective for FOSDA. It is our assessment. We developed the assessment too. And so far, the overall implementation of the plan, according to what FOSDA has been able to find out, is that we've reached 20%. Some of the people here mentioned that even 20% from just 5 institutions is very good because in the first action plan, it was poorly implemented. And so, if we've been able to speak to 5 people and we've gotten 20%, what more can we find out from the other institutions? What more would they give to us for us to know how much we've done? And one thing we need to realize about this is that we need to be intentional. FOSTA is speaking specifically to the activities written in the action plan. So we realized that in our engagement, there were many other activities that people were doing that contributed indirectly to the expected outcome. But we want to find out specifically what are the activities saying. And so, in an objective to increase women's participation in decision making, we're asking ourselves, did we said we were going to develop a database. Have we developed a database? We said we were going to train women. Have we trained the women? Train 32 women from 2 regions. Have we done that? Those are the things that we want to find out. So this is for us to interrogate all of us as a country, all of us to know what exactly we are doing towards the implementation of the plan. Thank you. So
At FOSDA's engagement today with stakeholders on monitoring GANAP 2 project, some stakeholders commend FOSDA for this initiative and explain the role individual institution is supposed to play.
To analyze what we are supposed to do, our roles within the Ghana 2. And so I think it's a very good program. It has helped us to have an introspection of our roles. Unfortunately, the military Ghana Armed Forces was not interviewed, but I'm told will be interviewed in due course. So it's a good conference so that every institution, all the stakeholders will start working towards the Ghana 2 to ensure that it succeeds at the end of the day.
Your takeaway.
The Ghana National Action Plan is an important document or an important policy that is to implement the Resolution 1323. And many institutions have a role to play, but I personally think that not much has been done so far. And so going forward, I'm hoping that we'll all put in our best to create a safe environment for everybody. I would like to congratulate FOSDA for this insight and for the conference. And we thank all partners for making this a success. Thank you.
Thank you. Your name?
I am Naval Captain Veronica Adjo Ahim, the Gender Policy Advisor to the Chief of the Defense Staff of the Ghana Armed Forces.
For Plan Ghana International, our main mandate is ensuring that women and girls thrive wherever they find themselves. And peace and security is one element of thriving communities. And so, with the support of Global Affairs Canada, we give out grants to a number of human rights organizations, of which FOSTA was one. And that is the funding they are using to monitor the implementation of the Ghana 2. For us, the interesting part is that we will be rest assured once the Ghana 2 is implemented to its fullest. Partners on the field, especially those in northern Ghana, where violent extremism is becoming a problem, will be able to thrive in those communities and be able to identify any warning signs of violence and conflict and be able to plan their activities in such a way that they don't run into violence and conflict. For us in the humanitarian sector, we know that when war breaks out, it impedes on our implementation, delays the processes. So we don't want to come into that. We want to rather be prepared long before such things happen. So being part of this agenda of implementing, monitoring the implementation of the GANAP tool is of great importance to us as funding partners in the project.
Okay, thank you.
Apart from money.